Not, no stopping, no stop. Nothing is like difficult or challenging. I say, Shirley, you need to get that done. I remember.
I am a lifelong learner. I'm an educator, confidant, success coach, and strategist. I'm an author, a cheerleader, and a friend. I am a woman, and I'm here to share the stories of women in their roles as professionals and entrepreneurs. Through these discussions, we share about achievements and challenges experienced along their entrepreneurial journey. So, too, we share strategies that have proven to be successful in their own lives. I am Alina Lewis, and I know you will be encouraged by this woman's story.
Hi everyone, I'm Shirlyn Berment. I am I'm the owner of JusTowels International. And firstly, let me say, welcome to the home of JusTowels International, which is the parent company, I will say, to Tamar International. How it all began is how I have to share about JusTowels. Really wanting to make extra money. And I shared this dream with my mom at the time when she was alive back in 1998. And I said, Mom, I want to go into business selling towels. And she said, well, look, you have the garage there, go ahead and fix it up. At that time, we lived in the Hocketaria. But it didn't happen then. I worked in the airline industry for 17 years, and it was in 2013 is when I heard the voice of the Lord when he said, arise, take your possessions and leave. But let me just go back a little bit to say that in 2006, when I got the name JusTowels, I registered the business as an individual business and began to do towel shows across Trinidad and Tobago. In particular, the fifth one was dedicated to widows and widows. Now, I don't know how come I reached there, but I reached there. Why? My older sister at the time her husband died suddenly. And that really stirred something within me because I kind of was looking at the support that was available and not just for 9 days. But nevertheless, I planned the towel show, which was dedicated, as I said, to widows and widowers. And coming out of that, Tamar was birthed. Tamar is a non-profit organization registered with the Ministry of Legal Affairs. In 2013, it was 1 year after I had married. My first husband, I was married before my first husband died, 2009, the same year Tamar was launched. Wow, there's so much that has happened. And during that period of time, I launched Tamar, and I launched Tamar on the obedience of God.
This is a story of faith, a shared journey of a woman who believed that she was called by a higher power to support widows and widowers, and in turn left her full-time job to pursue that vision. Lessons from SHIRLYN'S journey teach us that you can launch the vision even when life is not perfect.
Even though everything was not in place, I still launched Tamar. And we had an independence launch. It was the 31st of August 2009. And since that time to now, I have no regrets. However, it was in 2013, November to be exact, when the Lord said to me, arise, take your possessions and leave. And I had to resign my job that year in particular. Of course, it was not an easy decision, being an independent person and 1 year into a new marriage. It was very difficult, but in my obedience and my faith to God, I stepped out and did what the Lord said. And to date, I have no regrets. So much has been birthed from JusTowels, JusTowels Worship Center. I mean, the School for the Children Fund. We did a magazine called The Creation, dedicated to widows and widowers. And you know, God has opened up so much to me now, in that He has shown me how the very towels that I started with, wanting to make the extra money, how it birthed all these other giftings or ministries or businesses, as you would say. You know, he showed me how the very towels can be used to bring comfort. You know, when you cry, you wipe your eyes with a towel, you know, so the towels are so incorporated. So since 2013, I've been full-time with running Tamar International. Back in 2019 was on the 3rd of May, to be exact. I remember that morning in particular, the Lord woke me from my sleep. It was about midnight, and I went all the way up to 5 in the morning, and something happened in that moment for me. There was an assurance that God placed in my heart. That was in 2019. So in 2013, I resigned my job. And in 2019, so I had to go through some processes of really taking on, walking in this place as an entrepreneur, as someone that you had to work on doing what you needed to do to be able to earn, to be able to support yourself, to sustain a business. And on that day in particular, the 3rd of May 2019, one of the things, although it took 5 years, I would say 2013 to 2019, God placed an assurance in my heart. I would say it's like a confidence to do what I am doing. And for me, that is a great achievement. There is no wavering. There is no, I wonder if, why me, Lord? And the other day I said to a friend, I said not because God calls you to do something, it's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be easy, you know, and everything is gonna be laid out for you, and you have to show that you have a car, you have a home, you have everything working good for you. But God took me through some processes, and I am like so happy for this assurance, this confidence that I can be the best me possible. And I count that as a big, huge achievement. There is no stopping for me in this season of my life, because I realize that I have been called to this. What is this? Helping others through the specific with the widows and widowers. And I'm so glad, I'm so humble that God could choose me to do it. And I get to operate in my full true self, you know, being able to host events, decorate for the events, plan the events, all because of the different trainings that I did to be able to make myself an all-rounder with God's guidance. God said, go do public relations. God said, go do events management. God said, do this, and I did it. Not fully understanding everything, but for me, it added to the pieces, and to date, I can celebrate this as an achievement that I am in. I have the confidence I am doing what I have been purpose destined to do, and I'm doing it without fear. I am doing it with a peace in my heart, and it's not about the money, but it's about being able to help those that have experienced loss. And God has tied it in so beautifully. You know, I mean, He has given us the area of being able to give them spiritual support, counseling, you know, encouraging them about their health, guiding them when, in terms of needing to do repairs around the home. I mean, there is so many different aspects of the ministry and then the networking aspect of it, all because of me settling it in my heart, God placing that assurance in my heart. And that's a big, big plus for me. Anything else is what you will say will perish. But that confidence, I believe that's one of the gifts that I can share with others as well, for me as an achievement. So I really, really give God a high note of praise for that.
Through the work of JusTowels and Tamar International, Shirlyn is able to demonstrate her vision for social impact among the needy and the socially vulnerable.
I remember, for instance, another achievement. God said to me, I want you to do a magazine, as I said when I was talking about doing the magazine called The Creation, dedicated to widows and widows. I knew nothing about doing a magazine, but I obeyed God, and I said, if God said to do it, I'm going to do it. And I began to call meetings, and in calling the meetings, I had 2 meetings, and I said to the people, I don't know anything about doing a magazine, but God said to do a magazine, and we're going to do it. And it came together. I mean, all the topics came. I met with someone who was doing a magazine. He shared with me, imparted to me, and in 15 minutes one night, all the topics came. Authors who to write the different topics for the magazine. So, I mean, sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader and encouraging yourself, or believing in yourself. And so, as an influencer, I encourage others to be the best they can be. Who you are, you can't lose being who you are. So,
along her journey, Shirlyn has been challenged by what she describes as a lack of support from those who are closest to her. However, by activating her faith and reaching out for help, and by networking, she's able to overcome these things as well as challenges with her health and with financial management.
The support needed by those you consider the most I would say, is one of the challenges that I face. That's one of them in particular. I realized that, the support, especially from my husband, whenever you're stepping out into something that is unknown or there's risk involved, there are many questions that come up, but that support, and I thank God that over the years it has grown. It has not been easy. I'm not going to cover it up with sugar and icing it. It's not been easy, but it has been a challenge, not having the support that is needed. And for me, what was another challenge? The financial management, how to manage your finances effectively. So I saw, even though Tamar took the forefront, but it started with JusTowels. JusTowels was putting into Tamar, and so the management there, our financial management was something that I saw as a challenge, and I needed to really work on it, and I'm working on it. For me, the support, the challenge of not having the support, and from the people that it matters most from. I remember a good friend of ours, the scripture talks about him as Jesus, and he said that, it's in the very house. I mean, Judas was right there, and Judas betrayed him, but I mean, when you're looking for that support, it's sometimes right in your home is the hardest place to get it, but I've used it over the years to fix my focus and to remember and to believe in God, that He is my source. He's the one that is guiding me through this. He's the one that has given these different businesses, ministries to me, and If he's the one that has given it, then he's the one that is well able. As I said before, he's the one that is well able to make all the provisions. And he is looking at me for my obedience. So I'm glad these challenges came. It has made me into a better person. And as I said, that assurance is fixed. The challenges can break you or make you. And I'm glad that these challenges have been making me. I'm not in the place I was in way back in 2013. I'm in a different place today. And it's all.
Faith is the thin line that runs through SHIRLYN'S journey. Certainly, she's excited about the future. And we at Cafe Chat Digital, too, are looking forward to all that SHIRLYN through Tamar International and JusTowels will offer moving forward.
There are 3 strategies God has given me. 3 in particular, major. There are others, but there are 3 major strategies God has given me. And the first one is me being able to spend time with God and waiting before God daily. I see that as essential because when God has given this to me, God, I see him as the manufacturer, the owner. I am just the overseer of these businesses that he has given to me. And so it is important for me on a daily basis. I enjoy it as well. Very early in the morning to sit before God and wait and hear his instructions and even talk to him about what I think and what I want to do and how, what is his plan, what is his direction. So that's, for me, spending that time with God and hearing what God is saying to me is one of these major. I put that first because I see that as very key to the way forward. When you're doing a number of things that has been entrusted to me, that I spoke about JusTowels, the worship center, JusTowels Worship Center, the creation, the magazine publication, the school for the children, for Tamar International, for widows and widowers. I mean, all of that. I need God's direction. I need his instruction. So that spending that time is so very, very important. And then there's these daily affirmations. I'm a part of a business community called Mastermind Leaders. And I've been encouraged through business education to be able to make some affirmations of my desires. Affirmations and speaking out my desires. So every day, morning time and evening time, I would speak to myself. I would declare some stuff. I would declare that I'm strong, I'm humble, those type of things. And I will make those affirmations. I am strong, I'm successful, I have access to abundance, that kind of thing. And I would call forth, I would speak my desires, what I desire to do, and I would see it come into reality. So that's another strategy that I use as well. Because every day you don't wake up feeling like you're on top of the world, but when I say these affirmations, it reminds me, it gives me the push to go on. And another key thing for me, which is so important, is taking time to be a help to someone else. Being able to encourage them in their growth and their development. So I try to do that every day. Look for someone who I can speak into their life and encourage them in one way or the other. Not telling them to do what I did, but to find their place, find their space, what works for them. So
faith is a solid foundation that moves SHIRLYN to pursue what she calls divine connections in support of services for widows and widowers. Her keywords: achievement, faith, persistence, joy, and peace.
2021, I'm calling on my customers, I'm calling on you out there to be able to support the rebirth of JusTowels International. getting it back up and running and supporting us with purchases of towels of all different kinds, sizes, and stuff. All your towel needs to be there. For Tamar International, I'm looking forward to us being able to hear this big word now, launch our website. God had said to Tamar that we would have a website since 2014, but 2021, look out. I'll be sending you the information, our link for our website. In fact, I have it alone. Let me share it with you. www.tamarinternational.org. I give God so much praise. Though the vision tarry, it shall come to pass. So get ready for that. And also, we are giving 5,000 persons the opportunity to partner with Tamar International. By what? Doing what? A simple thing. By giving $5 a month or $60 a year. What does that do? What can that do? Well, because of that $5 a month, we are able to give out at least 3 hampers every month. And you know what? If we get all 5,000 persons to connect and partner with us and help a widow, help a widower, help their children, I mean, it will make it, we will be able to do even more. So,
today and each day, we celebrate SHIRLYN, owner of Tamar International and JusTowels.